Hey guys, so I had a couple of people, I'm not going to say lots of people ask me, but I've had two people ask me to do a quick tutorial on rolled chords. I want to preface everything that's going to happen with the obligatory disclaimer that I am neither a teacher of the harp nor a professional harp player, otherwise known as harper or harpist. I'll leave that up to you. I am self-taught. I have taken a few lessons, but I just play and I try to learn. I always want to do better, but I'm not saying that my hand positions are the right ones, that the height of my harp is right, or I'm not making any claims like that. You definitely should seek out the help of a harp teacher if that is available to you and you can afford to do so. I certainly recommend Carolyn Deal, my number one recommendation, but also people like Tiffany Schaefer is a great one to, and it doesn't matter whether it's single harp or double strung harp. Getting a good teacher, Christy Lynn, is phenomenal as well. The more popular a harp teacher is, the harder it is to get on their schedule for lessons. But I definitely recommend getting lessons if you're struggling. So that being said, I'm going to show you how I do rolled chords. And by rolled chords, a lot of times when I'm playing, I'll be playing and it'll sound something like this, which didn't sound nice at all. And so some people have said, boy, I would like to be able to play rolled chords the way you do. Can you show me how? And I'm not sure if I can. Some of the stuff I do is intuitive. I just do it from lots and lots of playing and noodling around on my harp. But I think I can break it down for you and help you to be able to play some of these chords if you want that more sparkly, that smoother sound to it. There's nothing more frustrating than trying to do rolled chords and just not be able to get it. All right, so let's talk about rolled chords. It is coordination to some degree because you're closing your fist. So one good exercise you can begin by doing is just by having your hand open and then closing your hands one at a time until you make a fist. So pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. Pinky, ring, middle, index, thumb. And get to where you can just kind of smoothly go around and around and around like you're... I don't know. What's another good exercise? Well, that's probably, I was thinking about something else, but that'll just confuse you. So again, just like this, kind of like you're waving. Hello, waving. And we're just trying to get our hands used to that motion where our pinky and ring finger start closing before the other fingers. Now, we're not using our pinky to play on the harp, but the pinky and the index finger kind of close together. That's something I'm still working on, actually, when I play, is to have my pinky and my ring finger close together. So, that being said, now I'm just talking about the right hand. Of course, you could do the same thing with your left hand. It's a little bit harder. You'll find that out, but you can work on that. I don't do as many rolled chords in my left hand, but I do some. So again, right there, you see right there how I did that? Pulled in like that? Ooh, that's a no-no. And I know any harp teachers watching are like, he shouldn't be bending his fingers. I know, closing into the palm and that's what I'm saying. I'm not a harp teacher. But the principles are going to be the same when you get the right hand position. The principles will still be the same. Now, once you've done that and you can successfully do that and feel like it's smooth, then we have to start putting our hands on the harp and doing the rolled chords. I recommend starting with triads. Okay, so forget your ring finger altogether. Use your middle finger on your root note, in this case C, your index finger on the third, which in this case is E. So you're just skipping a string each time. So C, skip a string, E, skip a string, F, and your thumb on the sixth, the G. So C, E, G. And start by just doing that. Okay? And then land. Carolyn Deal has a great video on hovering and landing, but just over and over. Now, if you're not even able to go that fast at first, that's okay. Slow down. Then get your fingers back in place. And land, fingers in place. Now, it's hard to know exactly what you're experiencing, but when my fingers are landed, all of my fingers are under a little bit of tension. Okay, so they're I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but you can see can you see that? Those lines on my fingers? That's from where my fingers are pressed up against, and my thumb, the opposing digit, is pressed up against the others. So I'm literally squeezing the strings. Can you see that? I'm squeezing the strings. Now that I'm over-exaggerating it here, but that's what I'm doing. I'm squeezing them so that when my hands come off the string, they'll ring out. Okay, so land, squeeze, middle, index, thumb. Land, squeeze, and really, landing and squeezing kind of becomes almost a single action, but land, squeeze, middle, index, thumb. Okay? Once you've been able to do that, and you can then you can try to get it where it's a little bit less break in between. Okay. Then now what you're looking for is speed. Okay. It's the same motion as this. It's the same motion, but we're looking for speed. And when I think about it mentally, I think of a gliding motion where, again, I'm doing this motion, all right? So I'm... Now, after I get the index and middle off, I still have this one, and my thumb closes. So it's still opposing. Even when these strings are off, this finger is still... There's still tension on this finger for the final... on the thumb. So... All right. Now, so you just work on that. Pick any triad. C, E, and G is a good one. By the way, work on it on different parts. Work on it in different sections of the harp, because your hands are going to be in different positions at different places on the harp, and so get used to doing it in those different positions. And then landing. Get used to being able to land. So if I'm going to play a triad for a rolled chord. So if I'm going to play Mary Had a Little Lamb, for example, all right? Let's see here. Okay, but if I wanted to play that as a chord, now this is not it's still a triad, but it's an inverted triad. I'm playing the G as the bass note, so of the triad here. So my middle finger is going to be on G, my my index finger on C, and my thumb on E. So an inverted C major triad. But I can do it like that. Now that's a bit of a different feel, those inverted triads, because I'm not just skipping a string. My middle finger is actually reaching out. If I were to do the skipping string and my middle finger was on A, that'd be an A minor triad, and that wouldn't sound quite the same. I'll show you what that would sound like. It's not unpleasant, but it's not what you're looking for. Okay? So, try that out. Play a simple song like Mary Had a Little Lamb, and then do your triads. If you're not sure what I mean by inverted triads, and that's not the point of this video, then just start off with two-finger rolled chords. And you can do it that way too. See, that sounds nice as well, and it's a simple rolled chord just by two. So we have two, we have and I probably would use my ring finger for that, but you can use your middle finger for that inverted Oops, that didn't sound nice, did it? There you go. Now, the 4-finger rolled triads. This is where I'm going to be going for an octave. And my ring, my middle, and my index are going to be on the major triad. All right, I'm trying to get where you can see it. So it's hard to see, but my wiggling finger here, my ring finger is on the C, and then my middle finger is on the E, my index finger is on the G, and my thumb is up here on the octave. So if I pluck that whole octave, and that's horrible hand positioning, right? See, I still struggle with that. I'm just letting you hear the sound. Okay? Now, the same thing with rolling that. I'm going to have pressure on, and I'm going to peel my fingers off one at a time. Then I'm going to land. The dreaded claw, right? And I'm going to keep working until it's faster, until I can do it and land in place. I'm going to go to F. Now, part of practicing this is to get your hands used to the shape that they need to be in for those triads, for those chords, those octave chords. So it's 1, 3, 6, and 8. And I'm just rolling them off. Okay, so then I'm playing Mary Had a Little Lamb, and I'm going to use... Now that wasn't a C major chord because my thumb, which is the melody note of Mary Had a Little Lamb, is on E. I just move everything up from C up to E. It's the same shape. And along with my 1, 5, 8 in the left hand, you get this. I'm going to do the same thing with the D with the G chord in the left hand. Back to the E. Okay, so 2-finger chords, triad rolls, and then octave rolls. Hand shape. Don't get frustrated. Your hands, your muscle memory, you'll begin to learn it. Okay? And then you're peeling them off. Pressure, so a slight squeeze, not a lot. You don't need to squeeze a lot, but just a little. And then 1 finger at a time. Land. Land. And then work on speed. Speed and fluidity. If you can play it slow, you can learn to play it fast. The faster you're playing it, in many cases, the tension will be a little bit less. But it's the same principle. Okay, I hope that's been helpful to you. Leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know if that's helpful or if you have any other questions about that. But hopefully that's enough to get you started. I'd love to hear your rolled chords. So let me know if there's a video that you upload when you're working on your rolled chords. I'd love to hear them. And again, not a teacher, just a fellow harp player, and I hope that helps you. But always listen to your teacher, especially if you're paying good money for it. So have a good day, everybody. I'll talk to you next time.